Oh, this is the J7 channel with another build video. This is sort of an experimental build I did during Fight Gold Man League, where the access to like legacy items was easy, and you could just get anything you pretty much wanted. The only item I think would be hard to get now really is the Scold's Bridle. Everything else you should be able to get for a few chaos or something like that. Maybe your cams would be a little bit more. The build, it's not that great in terms of like high difficulty content, ability, stuff like that, but it's fun. I think it's fun anyway. It's fun to make, and it's got like quite a lot of synergies between unique items, jewels, and passives, and I don't know, it's the sort of thing that I like. Basically, it's a Righteous Fire Flame Surge Templar with the Hierophant ascendancy, and uses the mechanic that Flame Surge deals 50% more damage to burning targets, and any target inside Righteous Fire's radius is considered to be burning. So it's, you run around with like quite a close range ability, and you basically always do max damage. The most important part of Hierophant is it gives me access to 3 pseudo 5 links for my helm, boots and gloves from Illuminated Devotion, but it also gives me a power charge and endurance gain from Conviction of Power, and 10% damage taken from Mana Before Life from the Divine Guidance. It has a lot of uniques, and the first one is Camp's Heart. The chest piece, it gives you 500 life and 40% increased fire damage. It's pretty good because I use all fire-based abilities, and Righteous Fire scales its damage based on your life, but it has a downside that it has no sockets, which is offset by the Illuminated Keystone, the Illuminated Devotion Keystone that I've mentioned. I have a Rise of the Phoenix to make it a lot easier to sustain Righteous Fire. It's probably possible without, but very, very easy with. And I don't use a weapon or wand because I have Doriani's Fist equipped, an item that has got like pretty cool artwork, and it adds a large amount of flat lightning damage to spells while unarmed, so you look cool and you've got this bonus. It also gives you the ability to gain the benefit of Martial Artistry Jewel, which grants 15% increased AoE whilst you're unarmed, so that's a bit of a bonus. I use the Clear Mind Jewel as well, which gives 60% increased spell damage while you have no mana tapped, and to facilitate the no mana tapped part of that, I run 2 Essence Worm Rings, allowing me to have both Purity, Fire and Clarity active at a high level and with no reservation. So each of those gems gets +2 to its level and reserves no mana. This synergizes pretty nicely with Divine Guidance, Ascendancy, and the Mind Over Matter Keystone passive. I have considered using Ailadex because it gives 1% damage taken from Mana Before Life per power charge, and I do have power charge gain, but I don't really want to lose the 2% life regen from my Shaper's Seed, even if it would sort of make my power charge purple. The last unique and the hardest to get is the Scold's Bridle. It deals 400% of the mana cost of your skills as physical damage to you when you cast. This means you can detonate your own Molten Shell with about, say, 4 casts-ish of Flame Surge. And I also use Molten Shell, a Val Molten Shell, to sort of boost damage because because it's dealing the damage to you, every cast causes Val Molten Shell to explode and it deals really large hits. Because I have it in the boots and it gets the 2% life leech from my Ascendancy. As its pseudo 5th link, it's socketed in there with increased duration, Control Destruction and Elemental Focus. I usually try and get one of those ready for boss fights, because if you know the map late, you sort of get it ready in time. And you just go in there and switch it on and just bang bang bang, nuke the boss down. Flame Surge is in the Helm, which has 20% elemental resistance penetration as its 5th link, and it's linked with Elemental Focus, Control Destruction and faster casting. It's a real stack of more multipliers there, which makes increases in the tree and from Clear Mind a lot more potent and valuable. Righteous Fire and normal Molten Shell are socketed in a 4 link to my gloves, so they gain the 20% AoE bonus, and they're linked to increased AoE and increased burning damage. It's worth pointing out that Molten Shell's quality modifier is chance to ignite, so the burning damage isn't wasted on Molten Shell if you have it qualityed. My boots and belt are the only non-unique items I've equipped, meaning basically I'm pretty lacking in resists, and I counter that with some passive nodes and a rare jewel. You can see from the gameplay footage though, it's not exactly lacking in damage, it's just a little bit sort of glass cannony, and it applies the damage in an awkward way. I think it kind of plays like an old school Righteous Fire build, and they're a little bit sort of awkward, I feel. But I really like the mechanics that make it possible and all the synergies and stuff. It's really fun. That's like the best part of this game for me, I think. But it's never gonna this build's never gonna carry you through top tier content, I don't think. not least because of the amount of like crazy like unique synergies that you need that don't really give you that much in the way of defense. But yeah, that's pretty much this build. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. See you next time.